And
We are
here
live.
we go.
We are over. We are doing this.
Ta-da.
Hold on. I got some things I got to close real quick. I was doing a little pre-show over on TikTok.
Welcome, TikTok. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome TikTok. Hello. Dead man. So
Yes.
I know we said that this show was going to be about dark comedies.
Mm-hmm.
This actually is an intervention. Okay.
About.
Wow, I didn't think we'd ever have to do this. Your addiction to femboys. Okay. When it first started out, when you told me that it was about 300 to 200 every other week, I was okay with it. I was fine with it.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, that's your money you're spending. You work for it.
Uh-huh.
But when I found out from your boss that you are now spending $2,000 to $3,000 out of your 401k at Femboy Hooters, I think that's when it started to become a problem, and we need to figure out why. And now you're missing shows because of the Femboy Hooters.
Uh-huh.
It's getting a little out of hand. So
Well,
we need to meet it. We need to have a middle ground of where we can fix this. Okay, buddy.
Well, I will not let my brother's business fail. As we all remember, DJ, my brother from former co-host, is the founder of Femboy Hooters. I'm not going to let his business fail. I'm going to chip in every cent I can. Wanda, thank you for being here. And, make sure that he stays afloat because I'm not letting him fail. And if I have to do it single-handedly, so be it.
Well, I'm pretty sure single-handedly is the reason that they like you coming back anyways. Pretty sure that's the exact reason.
Big hands is why. Yep.
I seen the size of your hands compared to a normal Monster can, and it scares the shit out of me.
You're welcome. Yeah. Imagine if I smack the shit out of you. But that's another show.
I'm waiting for the day we meet up and you just decide first thing, not a hey Gibby, how you doing? Not a hey, it's nice to see you. Just smacks right in the fucking mouth.
I am not gonna do that to you. I'm at least gonna greet you and then smack the fuck out of you. I am not rude, sir. This is a hard addiction to beat, but you can do it enough for the. They're not excuses. I can quit whenever I don't want to.
See the normal calling card of an addict. I can stop it whenever I want. I
don't want to.
All right. Well, you keep telling everybody that, Dead Man, and I will support you. However, but if we miss another show with your addiction to Femboy Hooters, I think I might have to resign.
No, you won't.
And yeah, you're right. I enjoyed.
You won't because the next time it'll be both of us there, not just me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to VT Network, your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Dead Man, how are we doing tonight? Since we pushed the show back about a half hour, we usually do these at about 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but of course, we're both on the bigger side, and if we miss a meal, we're just a whole hour and a half of us just being the most crankiest motherfuckers to ever exist. So we have decided.
Yeah, I'm still missing my fucking meal. I actually did order a pizza because, long story short, I did a lot of people a lot of favors in a video game and found them very rare items. So they decided to buy me pizza for my reward. And I ordered it over an hour ago and it still hasn't fucking gotten here. Ooh. So if you see me suddenly step away, it's because I'm about to go beat up the pizza driver. Anyways, we pushed it back to try to eat dinner.
I didn't even eat dinner. That's the funny part. I didn't even eat because I had a big ass lunch. So the girlfriend ordered a Subway, and she's like, "Well, you can get you something." So I got me something. I took one bite, and I was like, "Ugh, I can't. Not right now. I'll yak on stream. I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to be one of those people of small podcast host yaks on stream, ruins everything. I don't want to be part of that fail compilation. Yeah. I've never done it once. I haven't done it on camera before. Hold on.
That's what the Patreon show was for. Yeah.
I don't even think I did it on the. I've never drank on the Patreon show.
Yes,
The
we
one,
did.
yeah, but I never threw up.
That you
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I do remember drinking on the Patreon show, but I never got that shitter. Now getting stoned on the Patreon show, that's a totally different devil right there.
Yeah, no, the I don't remember if you puked or not. I'm like fairly certain you puked afterwards because we were watching one of the Gods Not Deads, and we were taking drinks for every I think it was stock footage or cliche or some weird cliche, and it was you, Mustard, and I, because DJ didn't drink, and we did. We went through a lot of alcohol that night.
Oh no, it was what I ate afterwards. That's what it was.
Ah, okay. So that's
Yeah.
what the puke. I just made the association. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're here to talk about dark comedies, as they're now called. When I was growing up, they were called black comedies, and I guess it's been taken over by Medea films. Um,
It's Medea.
whatever.
It's
They're
Medea.
they're they're bad. They're
They're
terrible.
terrible. They're I mean, there's some of them where the story where it's it's a soap opera movie. It's a movie that you would walk in on your grandma watching at like 11:30 in the afternoon, and she would just tell you, "Shut up, my stories are on." But it's just
Yeah,
a Medea's movie. So
yeah.
I'm not saying the writing is amazing, but there are some jokes that land very, very well. And I will argue that there are some jokes that do land in a certain aspect.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just go fuck myself then.
In my
That's-
in my opinion, no. In my opinion, no. Okay, no. There's never been a single movie. I've watched several of them. There's never been one that I've been like, ha ha ha, laugh out loud. The most they've gotten out of me is like a slight chuckle, if that. And I'm not trying to be a dick about it. It's just that I don't see the comedy in them. But that's another thing. You watched
that's
a fuck ton of movies over the
yeah.
last 2 weeks.
Let me get my phone real quick, and I'll. Yeah, keep going. I had to grab my phone because I need to see what these movies are called so I can accurately do my thing.
So well, let's just run them down because you did watch Death to Smoochie, and that's kind of what kicked off this whole fucking tirade, this whole thing. Death to Smoochie is one of the funniest, darkest, weirdest fucking comedies you'll ever see in your life. It has a star-studded cast. It is from top to bottom one of the best made weird movies there is out there, and yeah,
It's definitely right next to Monkey Bone as like a good like more comedy than dark.
yeah.
Like that and Monkey Bone are very neck and neck, as in joke wise. Like it didn't aim for the dark aspects, but it more aimed for the comedy. Whereas a lot of other titles on this list kind of lean towards the darker side of things with little couple funny jabs here and there, which I noticed that, but we'll get more into that once we start getting the ball rolling. I just wanted to get that in.
Let's talk about the one you like the least. Which one was the one you liked the least? Because you did watch a shit ton of movies.
Burn After Reading. Burn After
Burn after reading. Okay. Oh, you
Reading was
froze
my
up.
least
There
favorite
you
in
go.
that entire list. Yeah, Burn After Reading was my. Oh, am I good? We good?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, Burn After Reading was probably my least favorite because, mind you, this is on the tail end of watching several other movies. So already having like a very secure spot in what I was watching to go to Burn After Reading, which was very boring. The story did not. It to me, it seemed like the story didn't progress anywhere. It just stayed very stagnant throughout the entire movie. Nothing. There was no escalation. The only thing that happened in that movie that sort of like, oh shit, was when Brad Pitt got shot.
There was I don't know. I liked him getting punched in the mouth, but you know that's me. Hold on a sec.
You can only watch Brad Pitt get fucked up so many times before it just turns into the whole shtick of the thing. Because it confused me. Obviously, we had it's a star-studded cast.
It is.
It's just like any other dark comedy. It had a very star-studded cast. It had Brad Pitt, had a little bit of what's that guy's name?
Had John Malkovich, George Clooney, Brad Pitt. There was a lot. That's a long list of A-list celebrities doing their damnedest to be fucking mean. Like it's
And I think that was another one of my problems is like they all just seemed so out of place. like seemed so out of place with how they were acting. The main lady that is associated with Brad Pitt the entire time, I just found her utterly annoying.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It was just was not one of my greats. And I was even telling my girlfriend this after I watched it. I was like, after a whole slew of hit and run movies, finding one bad one upset me so much because Deadman has never steered me wrong to a bad movie. But this one, genuinely, after I got done with it, I was like, wow, I wasted an hour and a half of my time with this. And especially the ending too. The ending pissed me off so much because as I was sitting there watching it, there was it was going on to this whole scene, and then credits went to edited by, and I'm like, what the fuck was that?
I think Burn After Reading, it is a dark comedy. It is actually it is funny in for like the worst reasons, which I think is hilarious. Like Brad Pitt, in his prime playing this. He had just come off where he was going to or come off of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You know what I mean? He was starting to come into his action roles more and more and more, and to see him play this harebrained personal
Jimbo.
trainer was so fucking satisfying to me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, it was funny. I guess it was ha ha tee hee funny action man plays musclehead.
Well,
It
not
just
not only that, but he played it to the T. Like he did not
oh yeah
falter. Like
no
nobody in this movie, and here's a common theme in these movies, folks, just in case you ever want to watch one of them, is that these people play these parts to the T. They play them to the hilt. There is not an ounce of a wink and a nod to the audience. Like, these characters are in the shit, and it is so fucking good.
and there's a reason why they always have a star. Like I said, there is not one movie on here that I can name that didn't have a star-studded cast or didn't have some big hitters as the main people. Like they weren't supports. They weren't just side characters thrown in here for a little gag reel. No, they were main characters that you've seen throughout the entire movie. So they knew what they wanted. Like they had a point, but they know they needed to have actors that could specifically portray them, or else it wasn't gonna. The entire point of the movie was not gonna land like they wanted it to. And I will always give credit to all of these. Like
Yeah,
I may have not like Burn After Reading, but they picked their actors very wisely, and I will respect the hell out of that.
absolutely. And John Malkovich playing this FBI slash hitman type character was really funny. Like, because it was a Coen Brothers movie, they relied so heavily on the dialogue rather than trying to just give you the joke. You know what I mean? Like everything's hidden in the dialogue with the Coen Brothers movie, and so I don't know. I liked it, but I can absolutely 1,000,000% understand why it was like the bottom of the tier list for you.
And the one thing that caught me off guard, because I was researching something before before while I was watching this, and I look over, and the next thing I know is there is a chair with the hole cut out and just a plastic schlong going up and down while the chair is moving back and forth. He's like, "Yeah, I got all this for all at Home Depot." Well, I mean, except for the plastic dong, but I that part made me cry. That part made me laugh because I was not expecting that to look over at that shit. So
Yeah, it's
I will
so
give
out of
that.
left field.
Yeah, because he's down there. Well, his wife comes down, and I thought he was working on like some super secret thing, like some super, I don't know, government type thing. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't a chair with the crotch cut out. That's all I'm saying. It was hey, like out of if I could give like a out of 10 for this one, I would say a 6, like a strong 6.
Okay, yeah, we'll go out of 5 because there's very little difference between a 6 and an 8. You know what I mean? So we'll go out of 5.
Okay.
You have to feel a lot stronger about 5 than I think any of the other ones. So let's move on to the
Like
one
2.5, 2.5 out of 5. Then if
two and
we're
a
going
half out of
five
5.
range, two and a
I
half.
can see that. I can see that.
All right.
Let's
Want to
go
go?
to
Do
the
you want me to go in the order
one.
you sent them, or do you want me to go out of the order that I have them listed in my phone?
You know what? Yeah, I just wanted to know which one was the one you hated, which one was the one you liked the least, because it's always fun to start there because from there it's just up. You know what I mean? So what's
Yeah.
the next one in?
Next one in is Seven Psychopaths.
Yes.
The absolute. This one. This one had a very very hard fight with another movie we're going to talk about to be at number one of my liking for this list. Like it fought hard. Not only was the acting great, the little conversations that were had. I sent you one of my favorite quotes in that entire movie, and that is, why am I forget? God, I'm forgetting actors' names right now, and it's killing me. He talks like this, and it's every movie, no matter the character. He talks like that. What is his fucking name?
Are you talking about the man himself?
Yeah, the actor himself.
Um, God, now you fucked me up on it.
Yeah, right.
Walking.
Yes, Christopher Walken. Yes. The end part where the main guy is listening to the tape recorder of Christopher
Colin
Walken.
Farrell.
Yeah, where he's giving the end dialogue of how the movie should end. He's like, you should probably end it with this. I know you said you didn't like sex scenes in movies. It sounds like a comedy to me, and I know he's being serious. It's just the way Christopher Walken talks. But anytime he talks in a movie, I laugh. It's the inflection in his voice that absolutely kills me. I know you said you didn't like sex scenes in movies, and that scene for words I can't say in order to stay on a streaming platform. I don't even think they like being called that anymore. The
I
amount
don't think they like being called that no more.
I laughed so hard when he said that. I don't know why, but it was the funniest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, it's one of the lines that is most remembered from that movie. That one and put your hands up. No, I got a gun. I don't care. I'll shoot you. Okay.
Okay. I swear to God. Okay. It says Mickey Rourke was in that movie.
It was US. He was.
He was? Mickey
Yeah.
Rourke was in that movie.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. And I was like, oh, he did look human at one point.
Yeah.
He did look like a normal person. Was he the one where him and his wife went around killing people and then he saved a rabbit?
Oh, do you mean Woody Harrelson, not Mickey Rourke?
No, not Woody Harrelson. I know what Woody Harrelson looks like. Come on now. I like Woody Harrelson in movies. No, I've only seen Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler. So that's my only frame of reference where he looks like that.
Mickey was uncredited. Yeah, but he's in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he was. All right. So that was who I thought it was. And man, he actually looked like a normal human being instead of a plastic surgery warning poster. Gotcha.
Yeah. Then you have Colin Farrell, Woody Harrelson, Sam Rockwell, before MCU fame. Like this once again, Christopher Walken. Like it is a star-studded cast. It is thick and it is hilarious every fucking time. It is so goddamn funny.
And just the way that his best friend is always just slides in hey, your girlfriend's a bitch. And the guy just
every time.
Stop calling her that. He's like, well, I'll stop calling her that when she stops acting like a
she
bitch.
stops acting like a bitch.
It's in dark comedies, they have little slide jokes that they just keep the ball rolling and they slide right past it. And you're like, fuck, that was funny. I'll come back to that in a minute because I got to pay attention to what's happening now. I did okay, I'm going to tell everybody this now just so we can skip past any confusion. This is a spoiler heavy episode, but most of these movies have been out for over 3 decades at this point.
Over 2 decades, some of them, yeah.
Well, yeah, 2 to 3 decades. There are some of those that were in the
90s. Yeah.
So
I know what you mean, yes.
Over 3 decades of movies. If you haven't watched them, sucks to suck. Go watch them. They're easily findable. But when the main guy was telling Christopher Walken the story about the preacher who hunted down the guy who killed his daughter, and it come to find out that story is based off the character that Christopher Walken plays, I was like, oh, that's fucking dope. He's like, now notice it wasn't as bad as you said it was. It wasn't that it wasn't as terrible. And I love Christopher Walken in movies. I can't say it enough.
I'm telling you, Mustard does the perfect Walken. But
I don't doubt that.
Just that fucking movie, and every time, yeah, and then the wife in the middle of the movie, like that is such a turn that nobody saw coming.
No, did not, did not at all. Every movie needs to have a shootout, though. Every movie needs to have a shootout.
We'll get to
Every movie needs to have a shootout. I think
because
people need to remember this.
that's one of my favorite shootouts of all time is in Seven Psychopaths. I'm gonna start again.
The him and Woody Harrelson. My favorite part of the shootout was him and Woody Harrelson standing there, and Woody Harrelson goes to shoot him, and the gun jams.
Jams, yeah.
And he's like, "Really? It's gonna jam during a shootout?" He's like, "Will you hold on? It's an old gun. Why didn't you get a new one?"
Because I like this one.
I like the handle. I'm gonna keep it. Can you count down from 5?
You want me to start again? Yeah, no. You want me to start again? We're in the middle of this right now.
Like I knew, but I did. The ending of that really, got to me when he's on the phone with the first actual psychopath that he sits down and has a conversation with. He's like, "You thought all of that was real? You thought everything I told you was real? I was bullshitting you, man." He's like, "Now I can just come find you." And the Colin Farrell was like, "Do it. Come look for me. I have no problem with it."
Yeah.
And it just ends with him saying, "You sound like somebody that's seen some shit." And I'm like, wow. For a whole movie based on a comedy, that was a little fucking rough.
It was. But that's what makes these movies so fucking good. Every reaction is very un-Hollywood. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean by that? Like there's a certain reaction like you get from actors or writing in Hollywood. None of these movies have that. None of these movies have like the overreaction or the underreaction. No, all of it is yeah, all of it's so very fucking human. You know what I mean? Like Colin Farrell sitting there with the tape recorder and crying, listening to his friend, listening to that recording. Like it's so fucked. And then yeah, the best friend in the whole situation, and you're like, okay, but Colin, you're still his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. This is really hard to sell. Like there's no good guys in this at all.
I noticed that there is only 2 movies that had good guys in it. There's only
Monkey
2 of
Bone.
them. And that was, no, I didn't even watch Monkey Bone. That's still unchecked on my list, and I'm upset about it. But I was more worried about the movies that I haven't seen over the movie that I have seen 85 billion times. The only 2 where we had genuine good guys was Death to Smoochie.
Yes.
And 8 Heads in a Duffel Bag.
And we'll get to that one.
Yeah, those are the only 2 movies that had genuine good leads, like good people.
Defined good guys.
Yes, defined good guys. Those were the only 2 that we had in there. The rest of them, it's a gray area on all these characters. Because oh man, I can't wait till we get to Harlem Nights. That was, we'll get to it when we get to it. But
Seven Psychopaths. What did you think of the theme of the movie, which was trust and betrayal and protecting your best friend in the weirdest, most outlandish psychopathic way possible?
I liked it. I liked the way they did it. They didn't make it seem like it was a smart or a dumb decision to do either, to stand up for him. They made it seem very like you can do it, but there will be consequences to follow no matter which way you go. And I always love that. In cinema, in any form of fiction or entertainment, I dislike when they give the main protagonist a choice, but it seems like one choice, there will be a whole cataclysmic event that will happen. Mm-hmm. And the other choice, everybody has a happy ending.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think there's no weight behind those endings. So the fact that it was either he stops he helps his best friend and they keep going down this shit path, or he just leaves them and goes.
And it gets worse.
And it gets worse. So it's wonderful to see. They did it very well. They did it very intact with the rest of the story. I couldn't say it was a better movie, if you want me to be honest. And the theme, they knocked it. They pinpointed how it was supposed to be.
I
That's the
love that
best I
movie
got.
so much. And like it's such
Oh,
a
that was
great, wonderful movie.
that
And
was one.
again,
That was one I seen, and I seen the poster for, it, and I was like, oh, I'll probably watch this. Never did. I'm glad I
never
did,
did.
and I wish I would have watched it sooner. Sooner. Wished I would have watched it sooner.
And also, once again, these actors playing very much outside of their norms. Christopher Walken playing a dog napper, Colin Farrell playing a writer with his actual Irish brogue, and acting like a coward for the most of the movie. You know what I mean? He has such a human reaction for like one of the gunshots. It's so fucking good. Sam Rockwell, honestly, for me, Sam Rockwell stole the show. Every scene he's in is played perfectly, and it's so fucking wonderfully gross in some of those scenes, especially like with the dog at the end. Like, it's just so good. One of the
I
best
honestly thought he was
movies.
gonna shoot the dog. That's what I was expecting that, but then I remember I'm like, oh wait, no, we don't shoot animals.
We don't hurt the animals. Yeah,
We don't hurt the animals.
not even Jason does. But
Nope.
uh, next on the list because we do
Hold
have
on,
a
hold on.
bunch.
We gotta give a rating. We gotta give a rating. We
That's
can't
right. I'm
do
sorry.
one.
You're right. You're right.
I 7 psychopaths, 4.5 out of 5. Four and a
Okay.
half. Just because I wish it would have went on a little bit longer. There was a couple more things I would have loved to see, but with the time length and the acting and the perfectly placed jokes, 4.5 out of 5, like close to as 5 as I'm gonna get.
Yeah, especially with the tossing of the card after the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why that scene has stuck with me for all these years. Just the way he tosses the card, like fuck you. like I'm giving to this to you under protest.
Fuck. Blech.
Yeah.
All right, so the next movie that we have, Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag.
Yes.
That okay, this one is on the list of not so serious compared to the other ones that are a little bit darker and a little bit more story heavy, where this one is a lot of gags. It's a lot
Very
of physical.
goofy.
Yeah, it's a very goofy movie. It has Joe Pesci, it has David Spade, which a young David Spade threw me off. The whole premise of the movie is Joe Pesci in the airplane made me laugh. He's like, "Why do you talk with your hands?" He's like, "Well, I'm trying to communicate with." He's like, "Why don't you do it in sign language?" Just flaps his hands all over the place.
I
Now,
love.
Joe Pesci for me has always been a gangster movie actor. So
Uh-huh.
seeing him in a comedy threw me off, like
Yeah.
really threw me off hard. It, a couple things I took away from that was I love the scene where Joe Pesci is just fucking with the two guys, the two college roommates. And
Yeah.
I was wondering what he was doing with the first one when he had the fishbowl and the towels. I was like, is he gonna waterboard him? Then I seen him dunk it in the water. I'm like, no, you ain't do it, and just snaps them both.
Right in the chest.
Oh, right in the chest.
But the thing is that for such a goofy movie, it has one of the most sinister lines, and I've stolen this line for some of our writing. Is you're gonna lie to me, then I'm gonna hurt you, then you're gonna try to act tough, and then I'm gonna hurt you again, and then finally you're gonna tell me what the fuck I want to know.
And Joe Pesci's voice delivering that line is weird because Joe Pesci doesn't have a dark, sinister-esque gangster voice. It is high-pitched. It is somewhat nasally. But when that line comes out, it puts a little bit of fear in you.
It makes the blood tighten a little bit.
It makes you clench. It makes you clench a little bit. So I would love to say it, but unlike the other movies, we really don't have a lot to go off of with Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag because it's sort of cut and dry throughout the entire thing. You got Joe Pesci fucking with the two college roommates trying to figure out what the main character is, and then you have the main character who has the 8 heads in the duffel bag, trying to hide said duffel bag until it's found out by his girlfriend, and his girlfriend. It's not a very story heavy movie. It's more of a gag film, but it's still great. It's still good.
Really dark though. There are so
Yeah.
many it's so goofy and so gaggy and very very heavy on the hee hee ha ha's, but every just now and again the varnish falls off and you're left with, oh yeah, they're transporting around 8 severed heads in a duffel bag, and Joe Pesci has been torturing people this whole fucking time.
Trying
And
to get these 8 heads.
and the goddamn phone, ripping the phone out of the fucking wall was
Are you
it,
done yet? Are you done yet? Here.
yeah,
Now you can use it.
that
I have never seen a more valid crash out than that.
to the T, to perfect, fucking, yeah. Are you done? Yeah. I'm fucking done. Now you can use it, huh? And he just walks the fuck, and it's fucking hilarious because it's
Or
so. It is and
it's
like I said, the weirdest part is that these are human reactions. This is something we all wanted to do, especially back in the days of payphones. Those of you who are too young to know what that is, just Google it. But
Google what a payphone is. You'll see a bunch of
yeah,
pictures of Superman.
yeah, and so just him ripping it out of the fucking wall was so cathartic.
Or the scene when they're in the airport. It's Joe Pesci, David Spade, and I don't know who the third guy is.
I don't
I couldn't
remember
tell
his
you.
name.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who that third guy is. But when Joe Pesci's just sitting there yelling, and David Spade's like, "We're part of an anti-marijuana group." And Joe Pesci walks by, he's like, "This dumb motherfucker," and David Spade's like, "He's very passionate about what he does, and that's why he's the best." Yeah, it's nice to see David Spade in his younger years. Instead of
Still being an asshole, yeah.
what was the fucking name he used when Joe Pesci called the first time?
Oh, oh
So
fuck, I can't remember.
While Dead Man thinks about it, I'm going to explain the scene that made me laugh. So Joe Pesci calls the guy whose bag he got mixed up with college
Yep.
dorm, and David Spade answers. He's like, "Hello, how can I help you?" And he's like, "Hey, is so and so here?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Well, who's this?" And he says some nickname. So Joe Pesci ends up in this college dorm, and he walks in and he's holding the gun to the other guy, and he's like, "So who's da 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 da?" And David Spade walks in and just walks right back out.
Oh yeah, the turnaround.
That is one comedy gag I never get sick of.
The instant
Like,
turnaround.
yeah, someone starts shit and then just turns around because they're like, "I'm not dealing with that. I may have started it, but I'm not dealing with that shit." So we're coming to the end of that one because, like I said, it wasn't as story heavy as some of the others, so there's not
Yeah.
really a lot to go off of. I'd say 3 out of 5.
For me, that one's always been around a 3 or a 4 out of 5, because of how goofy it is and because of how little they played into the dark aspects of it. But it's so fucking good. It has so many good one-liners. It has so much good physical comedy. Joe Pesci chewing the scenery in everything he does in that movie, especially since they just let him go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is, once again, everybody plays it to the T, and like Joe Pesci plays it to the hilt. This whole fucking movie.
Yeah, I feel like everybody else are like, okay, you have a certain aspect you have to go, and they look at Joe Pesci and they're just like, go, do what you do, man. I have fun with the movie. Well, how am I supposed to act?
Be
Just
Joe.
like that.
Yeah, be
Jet-
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci pushing an old woman out of the van was funny.
The whole fucking thing is, it's so, and I think it got away with it because of how Looney Tunes cartoonish the violence is.
Oh yeah, with the towel snapping. That we were starting off very cartoony with that, and it really doesn't get dark, like dark, except for the first part of the movie, like the first scene, and then the last scene.
Yeah,
Because
but
the rest
there's
of it, you're just viewing it as like cartoony, like even when they're in the cryo station, they're going to chop off heads.
yeah.
This guy's like, "We're essentially grave robbing," and that guy has a mental breakdown and just running around. Look at this head! Look at this head! This is my best friend. Like that. That was funny, but it just, I don't know. It wasn't as dark as some of these other movies get. So That's where we're leaving that
Yeah,
one.
like I said, definitely the 3 and 4 out of 5 range for me because of how fucking fun it is and how the last scene, the guy running off with the head, is what seals it for me.
All right, now we're going on to the next one. This was originally what had started this whole powder keg, and that would be Death to Smoochie.
Yes.
Oh my God. This movie was fantastic. Now, before we even start, this one is a solid 5 out of 5. This is
Five out
one
of
of the,
five.
yeah, this is one of the 2 movies that got a 5 out of 5 for me on this list. We haven't hit the second one yet, so now you get to wonder which the other one will be. But Death to Smoochie was amazing because not only, again, we're going to say this a lot because all of them did have a very, very star-studded cast with my most favorite actor, Danny DeVito. It had Danny DeVito, and what I will give him is one of his best roles is as a villain. It doesn't seem like a lot of people put Danny DeVito as a villain a lot, but when he is one, he knocks it out of the park. They always give him like the cutesy little like kind of a hero, kind of a villain, kind of a trainer, kind of
Or
a
he's a lot of he delivers a lot of exposition.
yes, yes, very much so. But with this Danny DeVito, we just got a straight character, a mob boss, a mob person, and it was wonderful. But I wish whoever his agent was in that time would have told him to shave that fucking mustache
Yeah, I
because
know.
he
I
had
remember
the same thing in
mustache.
Matilda.
We've talked about it before, so we'll kind of just gloss over this one. But Death Smoochie is one of the darkest, and the reason it's a 5 out of 5 for me is because it plays both sides perfectly. There is so much humor, and there is so much very, very dark subject matter and content in it, and it plays it perfectly right down the middle. And everyone is so wonderful, and it's one
Are
of
you
the.
okay, buddy?
Oh, I'm kind of fucked up in general, so it's kind of hard to gauge. So the one-liners and Robin Williams going ham on every line. I mean, Ed Norton playing the innocent smoochy, kids show host wannabe. John Stewart being part of some weird, backstage mafia. It's so fucking good. I recommend everybody to see it. Just remember though that it is a dark comedy. It is a dark comedy. There will be dark subject matters. There will be violence.
It's a dark comedy about a child's mascot show.
Yes.
You need to remember this. So there
Yes.
will be some dark shit, but it is worth the watch. You get to see Robin Williams as an angry schizophrenic. You get to my favorite. Okay, so if we're gonna be talking about favorite things we loved about this movie, like I told you in our little private call we had when you wanted my actual thoughts on it. My favorite part is towards the end of the movie where they finally catch Danny DeVito and Jon Stewart in a back alley, and Ed Norton is close to shooting him. He has the gun right in his face, and he's losing his shit. Like it doesn't feel like one of those fake performances where it's like, I have a gun. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, you feel the hate of like constantly getting with for, I would say a solid year is how they portray it. Is like
About
or
a
season.
year,
Yeah, about a year he gets fucked with, and that's just a snap. But at that moment, the mob people he works with come up, and he's like, "No, you don't need to do this. You are a good person. You know you're a good person." He's like, "Yeah, but they did this." He's like, and they're like, "Yes, but you know this is wrong. Don't let this place destroy you. I will do this. I will handle this. I know I'm bad." It was nice to see in a movie where the good guy didn't have to sacrifice his morals just for an ending.
yeah.
Like it was nice to see the main character be able to keep their morals and still have a very closure filled ending like that was. It was extremely well, and like you said, the one liners. I never thought I'd hear child mascot groupie. I never thought I'd hear that line in my life, but
She
here
liked to
we
play with
are.
his balls.
It was a very great. And then just like you said, the dick scene when he pulls out the when he pulls out the cookie in the bag, and it's like, oh, it's a rocket
It's a
ship.
rocket ship. We're going to space, kids.
No, it's not. It's a dick. It's a wiener. It's
It's a
cock and
cock. It's a cock. The way he says it, like, is because of his accent. You know, like Robin Williams' accent. It's a cock. It's Willie the One-Eyed Wonder Weasel.
just listing off names of a pecker as he's getting hauled off stage.
It's
5 out of 5.
gorgeous.
It was a great movie. And then Smoochie singing a song at a methadone clinic.
And then the stepdad song, still one of my dad's favorite fucking scenes.
Give me a second.
But like I said, I highly recommend this to all viewers, everybody who's ever wanted to watch a really fucked up movie, but a really good movie without being too fucked up. Watch Death to Smoochie. Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag is awesome as well. Seven Psychopaths is one of the most highly recommended movies I could ever give. Burn After Reading, only if you're kind of artsy would I recommend that, because it is a Coen Brothers movie, so you gotta kind of rely heavily on the dialogue.
Yeah, if you go to a Sundance film and so throughout the, like if you go to a Sundance film festival and you like watching all of the movies and not just skip the ones you don't think, but you watch all of them in all their entirety, you'll like it. I'm not that type of person. I thought it was boring. I thought, like I said before.
Yeah.
It was boring. Jokes didn't land with me as much as I wanted them to. They had a couple moments, but not enough to really make me pay attention to the whole thing.
So, Death to Smoochie, 5 out of 5, perfect score, as it deserves.
All right, the next one we had is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This was RDJ's redemption arc. I don't know if you know this, but this is what got him back into Hollywood. This movie alone.
No shit, it was, because I noticed he was younger in this, so I didn't know. I didn't know if this was during his drug years or if it was like
right after.
Oh, like right after.
Right after.
Man, so I've seen him in a couple things. I've seen him in Due Date with Zach Galifianakis. Of course, I've seen. It's a movie with Zach Galifianakis. Come on now. Don't expect a whole lot. I've seen him in Iron Man, so I've seen him in the big ones. Yeah. But to see him as the lead role and not have to kind of just kind of like the snarky comments just roll right off, and as him as the narrator, God, I'm such a terrible fucking narrator. I don't know why they told me to do this. So anyways, and he's telling a story, and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I was what did he say? He's like,
mustard.
Oh, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I was Marvin the Magnificent or something from the beginning. He's like, yeah, I forgot to tell you that. It's kind of like my dad telling a story. He just goes on diatribes, and something about that I absolutely loved.
I'll tell you what some of my favorite scenes in that fucking movie are, because I can still remember them. Mind you, I haven't seen all of these movies in years. It's been years since I've seen them, but I still know them like the back of my hand. For those of you who don't know, once again, star-studded cast: RDJ, not Carrie Ells, he played Batman, Val Kilmer.
Wait, was that the gay PI?
Yes, Val Kilmer.
That's who that was. I knew him from somewhere, but I was trying to play the game of where's he fucking from? He did it. Ooh, that was a good role. Sorry, it
was a wonderful role.
I've been trying to figure that out this entire time. Yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang had one of the funniest stories to depict a crime mystery.
It did. And had Corbin Burnson, also known as Mike Herman Trout, Dash Mihawk, Larry Miller is in it. Like once again, just a star-studded cast, and it's these guys play this fucking movie. It's so goddamn good. And I'll tell you, like, one of my favorite lines is one of my favorite scenes is the parking lot scene with the revolver. That's all I'll say, because I kind of want you people to watch this movie. The parking lot scene, and Val Kilmer's walking away, and he goes, "If you look up the definition of idiot in the dictionary, do you know what you'll find?" And RDJ is just dejected because of what happened like a minute ago, and he's like, "A picture of me?" He goes, "No, the definition of an idiot. which you fucking are.
That, unfortunately, I gotta say, one of my favorite scenes was in that thing too. It was when the guy came and was like holding him at gunpoint. And he just smacks our DJ, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He just looks at him like, "What was that for?" So he walks. He's like, "You know what I don't like in movie?" And as they're walking,
Yeah.
Val Kilmer's like, "You know what I don't like in movies? How when the guy holds his hostages at gunpoint, which is a 5 feet away, and they can easily just turns around and points the gun at him. He's like, they can easily take the gun and point it back at him." Yeah. And then Robert Downey Jr., as Val Kilmer is trying to say this, just fucking bashes him. He's like, "How does it feel getting hit for no reason? Does it feel good? Does it?"
Oh, it's just so fucking good.
It's perfect. And that's now I can say this. I love that I can talk shit about writing now that I've wrote something. This is one of those times where writing how a scene would actually go is perfect. Like actual humanity in that scene, because I'm a petty bitch. I'm a petty motherfucker, and I'd have done the same thing. So seeing that is just like, finally someone smacks the shit out of somebody else for like doing it for no reason. And then RDJ's like, "How does it feel getting smacked for no reason? Not fun." And then, oh my, this is a movie that fought hard for first place. Because it was great when they walk in and they start to figure out the pieces of the story.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I noticed something. When we got that girl out of the water, she wasn't wearing any underwear." So they go to the mental hospital and they ask the girl standing there like fucking around with the Santa Claus thing. They're like, "Hey, I know this is very weird. Let's see what you got under them smocks." And she just drops trow right there. He's like, "Oh." I was like, wow, we went full bore with that one.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, it's a small clue and it's great. Or Robert Downey Jr. going on this diatribe of how like everybody in California is just the West's like knockoffs of knocking a rug. Because that is if you've ever talked to somebody that's fucked up on painkillers, you know that's how they talk. Sitting here like, "Hold on, let me light this cigarette," and then keeps going. It's like, "Yeah, they're all bad people. All these." And then the girl just stops him and she's like, "Hey, how many people here hate him?" See 10 people raise their hand in the background. It's great. It's a one. This is another one that I felt like I didn't waste my time watching, which was good.
My second favorite one is right at the end, where he's like, "Oh yeah, and he lived. Oh fuck it, why not? Right not? Because that's what happens in these kinds of fucking stories. Why not bring him back and her back and them back?" And then he starts literally pushing them out of the fucking room. He's like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here."
It was another one of those. I wish I would have watched it when it came out, because I think I would have appreciated it more. But I'm glad I'm watching this now, where I can appreciate it a lot more than teenage me would have appreciated it.
Absolutely. This is the like, in a weirdest way, this is a very adult movie, and
yes,
it has nothing to do with pornography. It's just so fucking.
The jokes.
The jokes. Thank you. Yes, the jokes are just, like I said. Look up the different. If you look up "idiot" in the dictionary, like, I used that to this day. I still use that line. You know.
And they had a joke in the very beginning of it. I was confused because in this movie we open up at a children's birthday party and the main character is doing like a magician act, and as this kid is like sawing into a box, the girl starts screaming, and I was like, "Oh, we're opening it up wild." And then of course you open and it's the average magic trick where half of her body is not where the saw is, and her dad's sitting there and she's like, "I'm gonna be an actress," and he goes to smack the shit out of her, and I'm like, I'd have done the same thing. Because you are not about to make me cut in half and not expect an ass whooping.
Oh, yes.
It was funny. It was done in a good way. It did. What I love about this genre of movie, after watching a bunch of them, is the jokes are not meant to be like make your skin crawl, make you feel weird. They're supposed to be like, that's a little fucked up there, but I'm still gonna laugh because it's funny. And that's what I liked about all these, which I think is why I didn't like Burn After Reading, because the jokes didn't land. I'm gonna talk shit about that movie.
That's fine. It's fine.
I get
look. Burn After Reading, like I said, it tried very, 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 very hard to be an art film, and in a lot of people's opinions, not just yours, in a lot of people's opinions, fell well short of being an art film and just ended up with the rest of these guys in a dark comedy. Like like
Uh-huh.
they were trying to recreate being John Malkovich, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Instead, you wound up with the rest of us fucks in the dark comedy where the jokes are horrible, the people are terrible, and nothing is good.
No, it's just like it's you had the star-studded cast. You had George Clooney and Brad Pitt in one film. Still didn't hit the marks you wanted to. That's
And,
the thing.
and you know what the worst part is? I still got more movies for you to watch now, but I wanted you to get these down because these are the quintessential ones. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about black comedies or dark comedies, first one on everyone's mind is Death to Smoochie. Past that, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Past that, Seven Psychopaths. There is a this is the foundation of this shit because there's still other ones out there I really want you to watch because I know for a fucking fact you're gonna laugh your balls off at one called Hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar. Okay. All right.
And dude, if you don't fucking laugh, I'll buy you lunch. If you're not dying laughing, I don't think you get it. I don't think
I'll even
Hail
do you one better.
Caesar.
I'll watch it sober. I'll watch it
Yeah,
sober, and if I don't laugh, that'll be a different one.
if Hail Caesar, oh God, how could I put Hail Caesar was one of the only movies that people in my family who are very hard to make laugh at every fucking time. And there is a scene involving George Clooney and what's his name? Bronson, fucking Thanos, the guy that plays Thanos. Uh,
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're
it's
talking about.
so fucking, it's so good. It's so satisfying as well. But moving past
Now,
that,
obviously, we're only going to do one of these dark comedy episodes. Like
for
we're
a
go
little
through
while,
the
yeah,
go
yeah.
through yeah for a little while. But yeah, do the same thing. Send me another
I'll
like
send
five
you
or
another
six.
list. Yeah,
Yeah, send me about five or six. So giving the quick rating for Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
yes,
4.8 out of 5.
almost a
4.8 out of
five.
5. Almost a 5. Like I said, there's a couple scenes that fell flat, and unfortunately it was when they tried making the female main lead seem like she was important. Every time
Oh,
they
I know
tried
what you're
making
talking about.
yeah, they tried
Yeah,
making her seem important. I was like, I don't care what she has to say. She hasn't done anything fine. And then it just turns into you came here thinking I was a good person, but I'm just like, and I was like, okay.
and the worst part is everybody reacts. Everybody actually reacts like you do, and that's like the funniest part about that whole fucking scene. Everybody's like, nobody fucking expected that.
Yeah, nobody watched a movie that's about a guy coming to Hollywood about the whole point of this dude stealing a PlayStation or stealing a electronic from the early 2000s that people were coming here as good people. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Nobody thought that. I don't even think the main guy thought that. So it's just that was the only thing that really kept it for me from a 5 out of 5, which is still pretty decent out of all the movies
Oh
that
yeah,
we've
yeah.
watched. The next one, this one was my next 5 out of 5, and that would be Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights.
Harlem Nights is such a great movie, considering not only did we have Richard Pryor, which I think he is funny as hell, but we also had a young Eddie Murphy.
A very young Eddie Murphy.
A very, very young Eddie Murphy. And mind you, this is coming from somebody who only watched his family films, such as Daddy Daycare, Dr. Dolittle.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Big Mom. Well, he played a Fat Albert. No, not Fat Albert.
Oh,
Nutty Professor. Thank you.
Nutty Professor Norbert. Yeah.
Yeah. So I seen him in those types of movies. And whenever you take a family centered actor and you see some of his earlier works where he was very adult, very drama ridden, it's a shell shock, but it is wonderful.
It's so good. It's so.
It's-
I'll
it's-
shoot
it's a-
that motherfucker off. I swear to God. Go ahead. Put it out there again.
Watching him and the fat lady fight in the very beginning of the movie, I was laughing when she shot her in the foot, and he's like, "I'm gonna kick that little son of a bitch. I'm gonna kick that little motherfucker." So, yeah, And that when I wish I knew a lot more black actors' names because I could only imagine that this was a very star-studded cast.
Yes, yes,
Like
it was.
like
Yes, it was.
yes, like I could imagine that it was a very star-studded cast. I just can't tell you the only other one that I had kind of a tinge in my brain of the only one I could have like a tinge in my brain of who it would be the older gentleman.
Red Fox. Red Fox,
Yes,
Richard
Red
Pryor.
Fox. Red Fox, that's who it was.
Yeah, Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. You had Michael Lerner, Stan Shaw, who's also still around. Like all these cats that were, very big in the 70s and 80s. Of course, Arsenio Hall was in there, and like these are all older actors. But this fucking movie was so. I want to say the reason it's a dark comedy is once again the subject matter and the way that things are addressed and the very, very, very human and non-Hollywood reactions and the lines that everyone gives in this fucking movie. It is wonderful. And from top to bottom, minute one to the last to the credits roll, is just one of the most weird adventures you're ever gonna go on. And it is, in my opinion, a 5 out of 5, definitely.
Oh yeah, and then the scene that had me going the most was when Eddie Murphy was trying to figure out what happened to his partner, and then this guy is just crying the entire time, like they don't know who they fucked with, they don't know whose brother they killed, and he's just as he's shooting, just tears streaming down his face, while the other two guys are absolutely stoic. This guy is just bawling his eyes
Losing
out.
his shit, yeah.
It was a good movie. It was a very
So good.
I found I thought of a drinking game while I was watching this. Anytime one of the cops says a slur, take a drink. Anytime, yeah,
I choose life.
exactly. Anytime there's a slur said, take a drink. Tell me how fucked up you are in the first half hour of that movie.
The first 20 minutes.
Yeah, first, yeah. But it was a good. I am also a whore for old like gang mafia movies.
Yeah.
So that held a spot in my heart as well. It was good. It was a 5 out of 5 in my opinion. It was a very, very good movie. And I would like to watch more. I know it wasn't a black exploitation film.
No.
I know it wasn't, but watching that made me want to dive into that genre. So that might have to be one that.
I mean, okay, so like there's okay, the black exploitation specifically refers to a series of very derogative movies. But you want to go for like black power films,
I was thinking like Dolomite.
yeah, okay, okay, so that's not black exploitation. That's like black power.
Okay, then yeah, stuff like that. I want to watch stuff like Dolomite and that's really all I know off the top of my head.
Yeah, no. Then there's So then there's stuff like, oh my god, no, I can't look at. That's a whole nother genre we'll get into off air because that's a whole fucking thing. Uh, but yes, Harlem Nights. For those of you young folks that want to know a lot about comedy culture and where comedy started to take shape, Richard Pryor shaped most of absurdist and racial tension comedy. He did most of it, and Eddie Murphy was a huge part of this, and it's just so fucking good.
5 out of 5. I gotta give it that. Hold on, my phone blacked out for a minute. I gotta go back to my notes.
That's all right.
Zero effects. Zero effect.
Effect. You didn't like it.
I'm indifferent about it. I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It was one of those like, we had one that I strongly disliked, and then we have one that I just kind of like.
And it's fine. Like Zero Effect is a weird movie.
Yeah.
And it
didn't catch my attention. It did. I tried it. I sat and watched it, and I was like, "This is okay." That's it. That's all I felt
it is
about
very
it.
it is very it is a very artsy movie. It does rely a lot on visuals and a lot of very difficult pacing. I'm not gonna lie, it is a very difficult pacing, but the people that were in it at this point in time were very early in their career. Bill Pullman had I don't know if he was going to Independence Day or had come off of Independence Day, but it was around that time. And then you also have somebody who was a very, very unknown actor who was doing these drama movies, Ben Stiller.
Really, he was in drama movies. I think this is the first time
Yeah,
I've ever seen him in one.
yeah, yeah. And
I
he
think this is the
did,
first time I've ever seen him in a drama movie.
yeah, and in my opinion, it's one of his best performances. There is nothing current Ben Stiller about it. Like this guy, he played a normal person who was just supporting his weird cocaine habit boss. It's a very 90s version of Sherlock Holmes. Uh and I guess that's kind of why I love it so much. But uh the way he walks around the scenes and delivers his lines and the way he's talking with his girlfriend and everything about it, I'm like, Jesus, he's actually a really good actor. He's like a really good actor.
Yeah, when he actually has to pull his acting jabs, he's pretty good.
Yeah, and like it surprised me so much because right after that starts all the something about Mary and bullshit that I hate. Uh, and so Zero Effect, I don't blame you for not liking it. I don't blame you at all. It is a weird movie, but it is also a dark comedy because it has some very very adult themes in it that are dealt with some very very um you
Like it
know
has dark themes because the first thing he says is, I mean, the first time we actually meet him, he's jumping on his bed singing a love song while he's high on methamphetamines, and while they're talking, he's like, "Okay, I need to go to bed now. I need to fall asleep," and then he just
yeah,
falls asleep at his desk. Like I said, it was a very it was a very didn't it didn't leave an impression on me like the other ones did. I mean, at least Burn after reading it left I didn't like it.
it left a bad taste in your mouth. Yeah, I know.
It left a bad taste in my mouth. This was kind of like eating it was like eating a not a hot dog or a cold hot dog. You kind of just left it sitting on the counter after a night of drinking. You come back, eat it the next morning. You're like,
It's a hot dog.
hot dog don't taste bad. Don't taste great, but don't taste bad.
Right, it's a
Probably could
Costco
have left the
dog.
ketchup off of
It's
it.
a Costco dog the next day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta step away a minute. So Dead Man's going to sit here and regale the time of his first femboy encounter. I had to think.
I'm not. Anyways, he'll be right back. He has to do something very important. So yeah, dark comedies. How I got into them was very much just the same way anybody gets into these fucking things. You got the video store, you got somebody who knows a lot about dark comedies and starts just showing you these things. I love absurdist comedies, of course. I love anything Mel Brooks has ever done. The producers, Blazing Saddles, so on and so forth, the classics. I love all those movies. These dark uh, humor movies, they hold a special place with me because of the way they're written. And I've said it before, in the show, and I'll keep saying it. The very human dialogue that happens in these movies is it's so refreshing, and I think Seven Psychopaths is one of the best examples of that because there's there is no wacky over the top both crazy shit happens in that fucking movie. There is a shootout, there's a dog held at gunpoint, there's somebody who gets shot and dies, and they play a very important role in the rest of the movie, but they're dead now, and everything about it is so fucking human. And I know the Coen brothers have a lot to do with that type of dialogue and reaction. If you've seen Fargo or if you've seen No Country for Old Men, that kind of thing, like where the characters very much feel real, like the world feels lived in. Uh, that's what these dark comedies do. They very much, you very much look into these kind of movies and you're like, yeah, I could absolutely see how this could exist around me or down the street. You know what I mean? Like much to my the movie that made me want to become a director that is also kind of in this vein of very gritty dialogue reality based thing is Collateral, starring Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's probably it's the movie that made me want to direct. You know, uh, and the reason I'm using these two comparisons is because in Collateral, it does take place in L.A., but it doesn't take place in this shining city on the hill of LA. There's no perfect nightclubs and everyone's beautiful and everyone weighs 100 pounds. Everyone has a six pack. No, it's Jamie Foxx playing a schlubby cab driver. Tom Cruise playing a gray-haired assassin or hitman for hire, and they run around in a janky ass fucking cab, a yellow cab, and they go around, and all the places they show you are very real. They're very lived in. This is parts of the city that never really appear in other movies. You know what I mean? And these dark comedies also do that. They let you in on the secret to human reactions, human dialogue. Even like Seven Psychopaths, the scene he's referring to, there's certain words says, I'm not going to repeat them, but it is one of the funnier diatribes that happens, and it is extremely human. It is so human, and that's kind of why I love watching these movies, is because of how human the characters are.
Oh, that's one of the main reasons I love these. I loved this genre, is because like you, as you were saying, a lot of these movies, actually played the dialogue like actual humans talking to each other, not just how. I mean, come on, you watch some movies and you're like, that's not how normal people talk to each other. That's not how they speak. But this genre made it very clear that they wanted people to talk as if normal human A and B conversation. That's how they were happening, and it's nice to see. You get, hi dead man, hi get me. Hello, Brandon. How are we doing?
Hey, Chaotic, welcome.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy? But yeah, it's nice to see actual human conversations in movies where it makes it seem like those are actual, legitimate human interactions, not just bullshit Hollywood script, which happens more than you think. Like once
Way
you realize,
more.
once you start like seeing it, you're like, ooh, who talks like that? What people sitting in their front room sit there and talk like that to each other? Nobody. That's why.
And of course, there's kings of dialogue that come to mind. Kevin Smith's one of them. I love him or hate him. Everybody in his movies talks like a person.
Yeah, yeah. Especially a good example. Wait, Kevin Smith. I'm thinking of the right person. I get him and
Yes.
Kevin James confused.
No,
I get those
Kevin
two.
Smith.
It's the Kevin. And a good example of that is Clerks. Clerks is a perfect example of seeing basic human interaction. There's a scene in there that I can't say because it's very bad. It's the second movie, but it is my favorite scene in the entire Clerks
no,
series.
not Mr. Pillow Pants.
Not that one.
I know exactly which one you mean.
Okay,
I'm hinting at it.
okay.
I'm hinting at it without saying it. All right.
Oh yeah, you put that on the back of your shirt.
I'm taking it back.
Every time he's like, oh, I can't believe it, the one time I'm about to get my life together and it gets all fucked up. Oh yes, because it's everybody else's problem that you fucked your manager before you're about to move away
Oh my
with
God.
your fiance. Yes, that's everybody else's problem. You cannot watch some of the interactions between those two and not think that is how you would argue with a friend or a colleague if something like that were to happen.
Holy shit, dude! The honeymoon phase is over.
And then when they walk,
out as stormtroopers, and you're the butch, and you're the bottom. I'm the
why
bottom.
am I always the bottom?
I mean,
Or when they walk in and they have the donkey show from the bachelor party and everybody just stands there and just collectively, like I said, it's very, very seldom that we do see people interact with each other. But when we do, those are the times that the jokes they put in the movies land the hardest.
yeah.
like over the top. Yeah, sometimes where it's like physical comedy or with like physical or over the top, like loud. But it's normal conversations that those jokes really hit on a level that none others do. And I
Oh,
don't think a
you
lot
took
of
a contract working for the Empire. Of course, you're gonna know there's risks. Listen, I had a buddy of mine. All right, like it's so fucking real. And these dark comedies do that just to the perfected. Like I said, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is one of the one of the I wouldn't say one of the more perfect examples, but it's so fucking clever in the way everything is said. But let's move on to the last one because we are running a little late.
what about Dogma? When we put Dogma into let's get rid of black. When we put Dogma in there with dark comedies?
No, it's just a comedy.
Oh, it's just a comedy.
Are you okay?
Yeah, ignore it. Ignore the man behind the screen. Yep, there we go.
No.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. Hi. The last.
Hold on, your mic is all fucked up again.
No.
All right.
See, are we good? We good now?
Now we're good. Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. Everything's sounding good. Sorry, I closed off something. The last movie we have is One Night at McCool's. This one was weird. Not in a bad weird, but it was just weird. That's all
buddy.
I can say about it because it wasn't bad. Like I said, I had a list. There's the one I didn't like, one that made me feel made me left sort of and then there was one that I had to sit there after it was finished and just go,
what the fuck did I just witness?
What did I just witness? Now, Night at McCool's, you didn't know. This revolves around 3 people who all fall in love with the same woman. One woman, 3 men, 1 woman, and they all tell different retellings of the same story. They all tell a different retelling about what happened. And I think the only one that's actually true is the main guy that gets fucked over the hardest. So I seen 2 people in this movie, and Dead Man got these text messages as soon as I was watching it. 2 people I seen in these movies I wasn't expecting: Reba McEntire and John Goodman. John Goodman in this movie plays an officer who is just playing who was playing Captain Save-A-Ho this entire time. Pastor, she reminds me of my wife. It felt like this is a message from God. I was meant to go save her. That's exactly what was supposed to happen. And another reoccurring actor that we got in a dark comedy is who's the old guy? Who's the pastor?
I'm looking it up right now. This is Liv Tyler. Liv Tyler is the girl. Then we have Matt Dillon, again, a very big name nowadays. Michael Douglas, Paul Reiser, fucking Mary Jo Smith, Reba McEntire, John Goodman. Richard Jenkins plays Father Jimmy.
Matt Dillon did a great job in this movie.
They all did.
Oh, again, star-studded cast. It was a great cast. And then oh my God. So there was one scene that stood out. It was when John Goodman and the main guy's cousin were in the house, both wanting to sleep with the main actress, the one woman everybody's in love with. And John Goodman shows up in his police uniform, trying to look all big and bad as John Goodman does. John Goodman is a god in the acting world. That man is below Danny DeVito, but not by much. And then the lawyer is in a BDSM outfit, just waiting. And then, as they said in 7 Psychopaths, because we can't deny the one rule in all of movies, there has to be a shootout. Now you might ask yourself, Gibby, what's so different about this shootout that makes it stand out? I'll tell you, I've watched a lot of shootouts that have heavy metal music playing, that have banjos, that some of them have even played blues. Never in my lifetime would I think that I would see a shootout to the tune of YMCA by the Village People. And it's not some little shootout. No, people are getting shot. Shotguns are going off. Pistols are going off. There's action. But you just hear YMCA.
And there's just carnage and viscera happening everywhere.
But with any other movie, that would have been out of place. But this one, it was like, yeah, yep, that works. That works for me. That works for me. And there's a time when the lawyer is talking to his therapist, who is Reba McEntire,
Yep.
and he's like, God, if I could just feel something. Like, I go to her because I just want to feel something at once. And the moment I do, I'm going to look up at God and say, thank you.
If I
Thank you
get
for
out of
letting
this
me feel
alive,
something.
thank you, God.
Yeah. And then at very last scene of the movie, he goes and he's like, oh, God, thank you, God. And then a dumpster just comes and smushes his ass in the last 2 minutes of the movie.
The last shot of the movie.
Another favorite part, you could tell when this is dated just by what they're stealing from the people,
Yeah.
or what they use as props as like the high end living. It's a VCR.
Yeah.
It's a DVD. Sorry, it's a DVD player.
Was it a DVD player? I thought it was a VCR.
I think it was a DVD. I think it was a DVD player.
It was 2001 when this was made. And I gotta tell you, when and here's the thing, folks. I warned Gibby. I told him this is gonna be the weirdest movie you've ever seen in your life, and it's a dark comedy. It's a black comedy, and it's gonna fuck you up because you're gonna have to sit there with it for a while.
Yeah, Monkey Bone isn't even this weird.
Not even close.
Monkey Bone isn't even as weird as Night at McCool's, but it was good. It was good. It was a good movie. Beyond how off the wall it was great, because you're witnessing this man do anything for a woman that he loves, only to find out that she's kind of a piece of shit.
Very much.
Very much. I mean, she got him kicked out of his mother's house with a restraining order. It was fantastic. And then to see the old guy that was supposed to go and kill her run off with her in the end, he's like, oh yeah, I'm a homebody. She's like, really? So yeah, just like staying at home watching movies on my DVD player. And I'm like, oh, you know what you're doing. You know exactly. You picked from that conversation.
Oh yeah. And the thing is that we're not being vague about the story or anything else. It's just that there's so much to tell. And One Night at McCool's.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. It's an experience. It's
something you experience once. And that's all you need, and it sticks with you. Because I told you, I watched it once, and I'm like, there will never be a movie that I watch that will come close to whatever the fuck that was.
Whatever the fuck just happened.
There's nothing I will ever watch in a lifetime that will come close to whatever that movie was, and I hope there's not. I hope I never see a movie like Night at McCool's, because that is a special movie in my opinion. If it can make me feel, if I can sit there and feel that type of way after finishing a movie and hope there's nothing like it out there, that is a great movie. That is peak movie in my opinion.
And as somebody who's watched more movies than I've fucking can
average
count,
bear.
This is absolutely one of the most unique. There is no other movie like this. This is one of a kind. Weird experience, and the only thing I can tell you is that to understand, you have to watch it.
Yeah, you have. If there were okay, so at the end of this, I'm going to give my top 3 out of the list that I watched to go and watch ASAP.
Yes, but we got to read this one first.
Yep. I will give this. So Night at McCool's, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 4.5. I'm going to give it another 4.5, simply because I felt it was too short of a movie.
It really was.
It was
incredible. Thank you, man.
It was a quickie. It was a quickie of a movie, and I loved it. I felt like it could have been longer, and that's really its only downfall, in my opinion, because it had one of my favorite actors, John Goodman, had one of my favorite female country singers, Reba McEntire. She didn't have a lot, but she had enough. And the story was great. I wasn't a huge fan of the 3 different perspectives of the same story, but that's more of a me thing, not like a how things are written. Sort of, that's just a me personally. I don't like that, but I'm not going to harp on a movie for that made 20 years ago when cinema was at its peak, like from the 1990s to the 2000s. Cinema
Yeah.
was at its like highest, so I'm not going to detriment it from my rotted brain. Not going to fault it for that. So 4.5 out of 5. I mean, really, there was, like I said, a lot of these were great movies. This is an amazing genre to dive deep into. I would recommend anybody watch these movies if they get the chance, because they are experiences. You know, they are definitely a type of movie that you watch and you will think about them. When you watch
and steal some one-liners from them. Like I said, to this day, I still use the if you look, what do you get when you look up the definition of idiot in the dictionary?
what am I gonna see? Me? No,
A picture of me. No, the definition of an idiot, which you fucking are.
All right, we're running at an hour and a half. So
Oh yeah,
we're
we're way over time.
All right, so I'm gonna give a quick list of the three movies I would recommend out of this list to go and watch, with an honorable mention, of course.
Yes, please.
The 3 movies I would recommend are Seven Psychopaths, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Harlem Nights, with an honorable mention of One Night at McCool's. That's why I say, like, One Night at McCool's, it's like watching The Room. You're gonna watch it once, wonder what the fuck you just seen, and it's gonna stick with you.
Yeah, but it's the other side. It's the other spectrum of The Room. The Room is over here. It's bad. This one, you're just like, this was amazing, and I have no idea what the fuck just happened.
That too. It's in the same spectrum, but it's the drama side and the comedy side. It's two different sides of it, but you need to understand both of them to understand how wide that spectrum is.
Yes,
it's great. They're all great movies, but those are the 3 I can recommend: Seven Psychopaths, Harlem Nights, and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Those are 3. If you choose to watch 3 out of any of these that we talked about, go watch those 3. That's simple as that.
I can't argue with that list, because Death to Smoochie is, I believe, should be a staple. But that's me.
Death to Smoochie, that one is more of, that one we've talked about before. That one we've already said.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a staple.
These are newer ones. Yeah, these
absolutely.
That's one you need to watch in order to kind of get the genre as a whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you need to watch Death to Smoochie to understand what the baseline of the genre is, and then these are the go-offs from that, because that's how I got introduced to it. Was you told me to watch Death to Smoochie first, and then you sent me this list.
Yeah.
So that's how I did it.
I got more to go, dude. We got so many more to go. Oh my god. But that's gonna be
hold on. One quick thing I gotta say. No, you're okay. I've been saving this all week. So I have been reading the Hunger Games.
Yes.
Okay. I've been reading them, and I have never understood why I have such a disdain for how people write teenage girl characters. And it is now burned in my brain why I don't like them by the Hunger Games. I have never met such a whiny, prissy little main character in my entire life. Oh my God, I am on the 3rd book. And my girlfriend has already listened to this diatribe, so now the internet gets to hear it. How are you going to go the entire 2 books saying, we need a revolution, we need this to stop, we need to stop the Capitol? But once it comes time for brass tacks, it's like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can be part of this. Everybody just wants me to do it, and I don't know if I can. We're all for it till it's time to nut up or shut up, huh? Fuck.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll talk about that next show. We'll talk about these young adult novels that kind of miss the point, and for some reason, 17-year-olds talk like they're in their late 20s.
Bring it up, Twilight. I hope you know that. I'll bring it up, Twilight.
Please do. Fuck.
Because
go
the
ahead
next
and sign us out.
That is the Evangelion. Yep. Not next week, but the following week is the Evangelion episode. I'm excited.
Yeah. And Evangelion is Evangelion. We'll get to that.
All right, I'm going to sign you off. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate everybody being here tonight. I know we ran a little late. I know we started a little late, but you all still stuck with us and watched us. For the people over on the mains, the Twitches, the YouTubes, the Kicks, and even the people on TikTok that were here the half hour beforehand listening to me just ramble and bullshit into a microphone, we appreciate everybody that was here and listened tonight. Now, if you like the way that we sound, if you like the way our voices are, and if you want to see our writing skills in action, please go check out Dark Charm Media, wherever you listen to podcasting or wherever you listen to your audio dramas at all. We are the number ones. We should be listened to first. And the only place you can find us is Spotify, YouTube, any place where podcasts are held. That's where you can find it. We are consistently releasing peak content for your ear holes. And let us know. If you listen to an episode, let us know how you like it. Let us know if you dislike it. Let us know how you feel about it, like how I felt with Burn after reading. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how you feel about it. Now, obviously, we ran a little late. This is serious. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who came on, who came and listened, who came and showed support through this. We greatly appreciate it. I think that's really all I have to say. Dead man, you got anything to add to it?
Nope. Right now, the last episode of season 5 Dark Charm Presents has just debuted yesterday, and it is Return of the Night of the Chickens. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yes. The title is purposeful. It is tongue in cheek, and that's what signs off our season 5 of Dark Charm
Don't you mean
Presents.
tongue in beak?
But it's and the current series that's about to get into some really heavy shit, one written specifically by my co-host Gibby, is Persona Mortis, and that's about to take a serious turn. On the story.
I'm excited. Are we on the news? The news episode next week?
No, it already happened. You need to start catching up. But
no, I did catch. No, okay, we'll talk about that later. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give. Hold on, let me clear my throat for this. Ladies and gentlemen, if you were here for 1 minute, 10 minutes, or the entire thing, we greatly appreciate you being here, whether it is morning, noon, or night. Thank you very much for listening. As always, I am the host with the meaner to match his wiener, and the big, sexy Spaniard himself, Dead Man. We appreciate you being here. Everybody have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. And as always, please, for the love of God, I understand it's getting cold out, but still you should worry about personal hygiene. Keep your balls clean.